Good morning, Michigan City High School. Today is Monday, October 6th. My name is Kimani Robinson, and these are your morning announcements. On this day, October 6, 2010, Instagram was founded by the co-founders Kevin Synstrom and Mike Krieger. Students, please make sure you're checking the running slides in your advisory class in the cafeteria each day for upcoming events. This is the best way to stay up to date with what's going on in MCHS. Have you ever wanted to travel to Japan? The History Club will be exploring the Golden Route, visiting Tokyo, the Kansai region, Mount Fuji, and riding the bullet train, and so much more. This trip is open to all 8th through 11th graders. Join us for an informational meeting on October 10th at 6 p.m. in Mrs. Tice's room in 118. Scan the QR code on the scrolling announcements or email Ms. Tice for more information. Hello, Michigan City High School. I'm your anchor, Kimani Robinson, and I'm introducing our very own social workers. Mrs. Michael and Ms. Stahl have been providing services for 9 whole years. This is Mrs. Stahl's 27th year, while it being Mrs. Michael's 9th year. While their job might be under the same title, their jobs are very different. Mrs. Michaels provides services to students and families who need academic and social support. Mrs. Stahl sees many students on a regular basis, helping kids daily. No 2 days are ever the same for her. Mrs. Michaels has a goal with her students to reach all 50 states before they graduate high school. Mrs. Stahl has been married to Bruce Stahl for 41 years and loves to travel. And now to reintroduce
Elizabeth Stahl, high school social worker.
Okay, Ms. Stahl, I covered briefly over your job before, but what does your job entail?
My job is never the same 2 days in a row. It entails all kinds of things. It could be just supporting a student through a hard time, sometimes grief counseling, sometimes conflict resolution, sometimes working on coping mechanisms to deal with the stress of daily life, peer mediation, a liaison with administration sometimes, helping discover what community resources might be available to an individual and or their families.
Okay, thank you so much. And what are your strengths and weaknesses of being a social worker?
The strengths and weaknesses of being a social worker. Being a social worker brings great joy, fills my soul, so to say. There's nothing like seeing a success, working with a student and seeing them be happy in the community and maybe with a family of their own, being successful, being confident, being secure in who they are, whoever that happens to be, self-acceptance, and weaknesses. Not enough hours in the day, lots and lots of issues from minor, but that could be from my perspective. It could be major to the person I'm working with, so I need to respect that and their individual needs. Sometimes we don't have the resources that we would like to have for all of our students. Our community is changing, and some of our resources have disappeared. So that makes it hard sometimes. But overall, it's a joy, and I'm very grateful to be able to do what I do.
And what do you say to the kids who want to get in your line of work?
That it is extraordinarily rewarding, personally, maybe not financially, and it is, there's so many different options, so many different areas of expertise that you can get into. School social work, obviously my favorite. I've done therapy. So that is very rewarding, but it is also very time-consuming and taxing. There's all Department of Family and Children, adoption agencies, youth services, a million different options to go into, and it's great to get experience in many of them before you decide. But it is a wonderful field. Typically, you have to have a master's degree, so plan on that, and or a doctorate, depending on what area you want to specialize in. But I would highly recommend it.
Okay, thank you so much. For today's lunch in lines 1 and 2 are giant soft pretzels with cheese and hot and spicy regular chicken sandwich. Green beans in lines 3 and 4 are beef tamale pie, cheese pizza, and roasted Brussels sprouts. In line 5 is a build your own pizza bar. Choose up to 4 sides with your entree: fresh greens, apple slices, sliced pears, green beans, and cranberry salads. Tomorrow's breakfast is mini city pull-apart sticks or cereal. Now to Gavin Crump interviewing Ms. Fear.
Hello, Michigan City High School. I'm Gavin Crump, segment reporter for MCHS TV, and I'm here with
Miss Fear.
Hi, Miss Fear. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, and that's good to hear. Miss Fear has been a part of this MCHS team for 24 years now, in her third year as assistant principal. And a fun fact you probably don't know about Miss Fear is she's an avid at-home DIYer. And now to touch up on Miss Fear's roles and responsibilities here at MCHS. Miss Fear, can you briefly explain your role as the attendance principal at MCHS?
Sure. So part of one of the new roles is to complete what the state of Indiana wants as a complete attendance overhaul. And so my role is to ensure that students are in class, hopefully in class on time. And a part of the state is when you're not in class, when you're not in school, as to why. And so working with Dr. Stafford, one of our success coaches, making sure that we know where students are, meeting with students and their families that are having issues getting to school. So all of that. So it's all day absences as far as why you're not here. And then obviously when you're called somewhere, or if people say you're in the building and you're not where you're supposed to be, the state is obviously cracking down on that as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. Why is consistent attendance so important for students here?
Well, obviously the power is in the grade. We want you to come here. We want you to be successful. We want you to pass your classes. We want you to actually put work, time, and effort into what you're doing. If you're not there, you're going to miss it. Obviously, every student has a class that they love to go to, a class that they're like, I'm not sure I want to go to, but you have to. And that's the expectation that we're making for our building. So if I haven't talked to you yet and you haven't gone to a class, I'm going to talk to you about it, but we have to fix it and we have to move on. We have to be in class.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree. And what are some of the most common reasons students miss school?
A lot of the reasons why I think students miss school, Gavin, is because, we all have families. I think sometimes our high schoolers are put undue pressure on them, maybe to stay at home when a sibling is sick so their parents can go to work. So some students, want to take care of their families and they don't realize what they're sacrificing in that regard. Some students have anxiety of school. Some students are not motivated. And so we can offer supports in place for students to help students make sure that they come to school. And we want to hear about those things. If there's an issue, we want kids to tell us.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're glad you guys are open to hearing that, and we're glad we had the success coaches to help us with that.
Yep.
And how does the school support students who struggle with attendance?
Yeah, again, it's one of those things where, the first thing you got to do is come to school and come to school consistently. And then if something's going on, you need to open up, find that adult that can advocate for you and advocate for yourself, find out what's struggling at home. We have different scenarios every day of why kids don't come to school. You could really be sick. And if you're sick, stay home, right? No one's going to come after you for staying home because you're sick. Why come to school and be miserable? But there is that case of you can't be sick every day just because you don't feel like coming to school. So that's where we're at with it. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. And do you have any other message you'd like to share?
Yeah, one of the things that one of the reasons why I took over this initiative with the state and being solely in charge of attendance is because I do it for the entire building. I want teachers to focus on students who are actually in class. I want students to know that a teacher is all in with them and not worrying about who's not there, but worrying about who is there and who can help. That's the first and foremost. Tardies are a big thing right now. Tardies have been kicked out. There's a lot of students that are tardy quite a bit. I'm not mad at those students, but they're, you got to get to class on time. There's got to be a sense of urgency to get to class on time. I hate the fact that we have to punish students who can't do it, but we're punishing you not because you're tardy, because you don't care to be on time. And there's a difference. If you're trying to be on time and things happen, we get that. Tardies are what they are. That's why you get so many before I call you down. But it takes for you not caring and not caring that you're marked tardy every day for me to have a conversation with you, and we got to fix it. So the behavior on tardies has to change. The behavior on I'm going to go to take 3 lunches instead of going to third block, it's got to change. And that's where the consequence comes in, because we have to hold you to those expectations. If we have to be here, you have to be here. If we have to focus on our job, you got to focus on your job. So that's the message.
Absolutely. I really appreciate you for your time and your effort for trying to help out the students who struggle with attendance.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gavin. Thank you for tuning into MCHS TV's broadcast. Catch you on the next one. Have a great day, Wolves.